Number 4 is going to require some work. It's at a very quick tempo, allegretto con brio, and it's in a funky meter, 3/2, 4/2. It changes back and forth. I like to put my metronome for this one at a quarter note equals 172, so that in the third line, when it goes into 3/4, and there's those little parentheses above that time signature that says quarter note equals quarter note, I don't have to change my metronome because the quarter notes from the 3/2 and the 4/2 are the same tempo as they are in the 3/4. That's one little hint and one thing I do when I practice this one. Make sure you observe the articulations very carefully in this one. Like number 1, we have a little bit of a similar situation where in the second measure of the second line, we go into this sostenuto section, which lasts until we get to the 3/4 section at the end of the third line. At the beginning of the third line, in the 4/2 measure, make sure these first eighth notes that are marked with the tenuto markings are just that. There should be distinction. They shouldn't sound like they're slurred into the next 3, but they do need to be super, super legato. In the second measure of the third line, you have a fun little rhythm, a syncopated rhythm there. Make sure you really put a little, not quite an accent, but lean into those notes that are marked with the legato, and they'll sound super fun and syncopated. The very last line is fortissimo all the way to the end. Make sure you figure out where you're going to breathe and make sure you use your air correctly so that you can make it all the way to the end. There's also a ritardando, the second half of the penultimate measure, that will make for a very dramatic ending.